Are you sick of feeling like you work so hard in your business with little to no reward? Are you tired of staying in the same cycle of self-sabotaging tendencies you know are keeping you stuck? Are you ready to stop letting your productivity or success determine your identity, worth, and how you feel about yourself? What if I told you you could end this never-ending cycle of self-destruction and finally cultivate a thriving, Holy Spirit-led business without letting it become your idol? If this sounds like you, then you're in the right place. Welcome to Called to CEO. I'm your host, Hannah Brindley, former achievement addict turned Jesus lover, overprotective dog mom, certified life coach, and faith-fueled business mentor. The truth is, I spent the first 2 to 3 years of entrepreneurship fueled entirely by my flesh and my worldly desires. I subconsciously made my business goals my idol, which in turn affected my identity and my actions, and I didn't even realize it. Fortunately, after a powerful mental breakdown and identity crisis, Jesus restored me and I realized what I was doing. I was so obsessed with success that I was chasing my goals and my desires over chasing Him. At that time, I cared more about my business than I did my relationship with Him, even though I would have never admitted that. And because of this, God really had to work on me to restore my heart and bring me back to the feet of Jesus so I could reclaim my identity and authority in Him. The most remarkable thing is, the year that this spiritual breakthrough happened was the first year I ended up with a 6-figure business, which I know was no coincidence. I had to purge the obsession I had with money and success before God opened that door. I had to be satisfied and content with letting that dream go and become fully satisfied in Him. This breakthrough opened my eyes in more ways than one. It helped me realize we live in a world that teaches us to fight all of our battles physically instead of spiritually. That we live in a world that teaches us we always need to be searching for the next best strategy. And that we live in a world that teaches us that we are the only ones who can fulfill the desires of our hearts. But that's not biblical truth. We must learn to fight our battles spiritually instead of physically, especially the battles we face within ourselves. We must learn to go to Jesus before we go to the next strategy. We must learn that the only one who can fulfill our true wants and desires is Jesus. Because no matter what the world says, we won't be fulfilled by time or financial freedom. It will never be enough. We will only be fulfilled by eternal freedom, and that comes from Jesus Christ. This is the mission, to be totally and completely fulfilled with Jesus, to reign within self-sabotage and spiritual warfare, and to take bold and obedient action on your God-given call to CEO. Because I know what it's like to work 24/7 on a dream or a goal with little to nothing to show for it. I also know what it's like to continue doing the same self-sabotaging behaviors again and again. I also know what it's like for the biggest mountains to pop up along your journey to try to deter you away from your purpose. And I know that you may even want to give up. But deep down, you know that you can't because God led you here on a mission. He called you to be a faith-fueled CEO. And because of this, I know you want to find a way to end this never-ending cycle of self-destruction and finally cultivate a successful Holy Spirit-led business without letting it become your idol. If you are ready to be fueled by faith over flesh, to fight your battles spiritually instead of physically, to take bold and obedient action on your God-given call to CEO, and finally create that thriving faith-fueled business, then go ahead and grab your favorite sparkling beverage, grab a notebook and pen, and let's dive in.